In 2030, nearly half of the US population is going to be obese. Don't let it be you. Hey guys, welcome back to episode 7 of Fitness Discourse. My name is Wholesome Vigilante, and welcome to the channel. You can find me on Instagram or YouTube. Those are the only two social media platforms you will find me on. Today, we're going to be talking about a study released by the New England Journal of Medicine. The study came out in December of 2019, so it's still a relatively new study. And basically what they did was took a bunch of data from Americans and was able to calculate the linear expectation of obesity growth within America. Now, anytime you hear the word study, the first question you should be asking yourself is, what was the sample size? Because that really determines the accuracy and validity of a study at the end of the day. And luckily for us, this study encompassed 6.2 million Americans who gave self-identified information that they were able to cross-reference with other CDC reports. So I'd say we're pretty safe on this one. If you went and walked outside right now, I'm guaranteeing that you're going to see someone that is either obese or morbidly obese. Whether it be at school, at work, at the grocery store, you can already tell that obesity is a growing problem in America. Pun. But really, it's a serious issue. And it's only getting worse, especially if this study is anything to go off of. As of 2019's data, roughly 40% of American adults are obese, and about 20% are severely obese. That's about 1 in 5 are severely obese, where it is affecting their health, their mobility, and their day-to-day life. This study predicts that by 2030, half of Americans will be obese. 50% of American adults will hit the obesity marker. And on top of that, 24% will be severely obese. We went from 1 in 5 to 1 in 4. 25% of our population is going to be severely obese. That's a real issue here. That is an insane number, given the size of America. Now you're probably thinking, 1 in 4, it's not a lot. It's only 24%. But when you take into consideration that America has about 330 million people, that means about 79 million people are going to be severely obese. 79 million people. And people aren't outraged about this. They're not worried, they're not scared, there's not enough activism going on to tell people, hey, this is a real issue. This is going to impact the country greatly, let alone the people living in it. Now, on top of that, in 2030, about 13 states are going to reach roughly 60% of their population being obese. Mississippi alone in 2030 will hit around 70% of their population being obese. Colorado is the extreme on the other side, with only roughly 43% being obese, and giving us our healthiest population. At 43% obese, our healthiest state.
What?
Now you're wondering, what's the issue with this? People are obese, there's a big fat acceptance movement, people are getting bigger. Obviously Tess Holliday and Lizzo wouldn't lead us astray, right? By following current healthcare trends and statistics, they find that between 2019 and 2030, the number of new diabetes cases will jump from 1.7 to 7.9 million cases based on obesity alone. What? And to add to that, the number of heart diseases and stroke cases goes up significantly with the obesity rate in 2030. It is going to put a huge strain on our healthcare system that already struggles with the amount of obese and severely obese patients that it sees. Obesity-related healthcare costs are going to jump from $66 billion to $210 billion. Not million, billion dollars. That is so much money. It's not even funny. I can't even envision that much money. And that's due to obesity-related health issues alone. They're not factoring in anything else. $210 billion. Now, there are a lot of minute, very individualized factors when it comes to obesity, such as income, race, where you live, things like that that are going to make things different no matter what. But I would argue that the main reasons would be people are becoming more sedentary at desk jobs, they're not going out as much, not a lot of movement. And another cause I would say is these calorie-dense, highly processed foods. They're not good for you, they taste great, and they offer nothing for your body except to store up fats and sugars. Not enough people are eating real foods. Meat, vegetables, fruits. That's, I would argue, the biggest two factors when it comes to obesity in America right now. Despite all the doom and gloom of this study and the harsh reality that Americans are facing, there was a bit of a silver lining where the researchers found that if each adult lost 2 pounds, not 20, 2 pounds, it would significantly decrease a lot of cases of diabetes, heart disease, strokes, things like that, which would in turn bring down the health cost money of those issues. Just 2 pounds. If you want to go further with that, great. If you don't, fine. But I don't think 2 pounds is a lot to ask of the general public. Now, all these fast food and sugar and candy and snack companies aren't gonna suddenly grow a conscience and be like, oh, we don't want to profit anymore. We care about the general population. We'll change our practices. Not gonna happen. And because of the amount of revenue they create, the government's really not gonna go after them. I don't foresee any great health tax, sugar tax, etc. So the only thing you can really control is you and how you react to this data. Are you willing to shed those 2 pounds? Are you willing to educate your family or a loved one who might be overweight or obese and let them know that you care and this is a possible outcome for them? Sometimes education can go a long way. Don't be preachy, don't be a dick about it, just show them the facts, let them know. Be like, hey, I'm worried about you. All right, guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Are you seeing a rise of obesity in your local area, in your friends, family, etc.? Does it bother you? Let me know, I'd really like to hear from you guys. Again, my name is Wholesome Vigilante. This was Fitness Discourse. If you want to see more, I have a playlist of past videos that you can delve into. Remember to do good, be good, and I hope you guys have a good night.